Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Feeling and Finding You this beautiful Thursday. I hope this is finding you feeling good, like we always talk about. Um, Today, I'm going to read a little couple paragraphs out of the book The Vortex by Esther and Jerry Hicks. And this book is really, really good, like all of their books, but it is talking about relationships, and not just relationships with people, relationships with your environment, with the earth, with everything around us. So the part I'm going to read is about remembering who you really are, and how variety and contrast are good things because they help us bring clarity, and they help us see and feel our connection to source energy, to God. So I'll just read these couple little paragraphs, and then we'll do some fun freedom release method. Okay. So before your birth into your physical body, you knew the value of variety and of diversity, for you understood that every new preference, desire, or idea would be born from that contrast. And you knew that this contrast not only provided the literal basis for expansion, but also the basis for your joyful experience. And most of all, you knew that your joyful experience would be the ultimate reason for every part of every part of every part of all of this beingness. You knew that that it all exists for the joyful moments that would constantly explode into your awareness along the way, and here you are. Before your birth, you understood contrast to be the variety from which you would make your choices. You knew that your surrounding environment would be like a dining buffet spread out before you, from which you would choose, and that nothing about that environment was permanent because your constant new choices would cause it to constantly change. And here you are. So, isn't that so true to today, even? We're constantly changing, constantly moving forward, constantly evolving. And isn't it fun to do that? We're not meant to have just a stagnant life, just to do the same thing every day and every day and every day. um, so this is just, it's so fun when you can realize and learn and remember that contrast is bringing us choices. It's bringing us new ways to look at things, new exciting ways to figure out life, to move forward with our life. So just fun things um, to think about and to work with. Realizing that choices, we have choices every single day, all day long, every minute of our day. And when we choose the opportunities to look for the things that feel good and do the things that feel good to us, um, we live in a much more joyful place. And we find exciting opportunities, or opportunities come our way without trying to search for them, or working so hard at figuring things out. Just looking for things that feel good to you, and doing the things that feel good to you brings more of that to you. So let's do a little freedom release method to help us get more in alignment with the beliefs that we want to have. Maybe we're carrying some things from our past, or from our parents or grandparents or whoever, and they don't really line up with what we want in our life right now. So if we do freedom release method, it helps release those things and really helps us get in more alignment with who we really are, because we're all such individuals. You know, none of us are alike, just like snowflakes. Everyone is different, and that's okay. And to acknowledge that and be joyful in that and appreciate that in every one of us, that we're not all the same, because what a boring world it would be if we were all robots and doing the same thing and liking the same things, right? So individuality is what makes this life so fun and interesting. So freedom release method is just a simple breathing method if you haven't done it with me before. And you just breathe in, hold your breath. I'll say a statement, and you think that statement in your own mind, in your own words, in your own voice, and then let it out. And when you exhale that breath, you want to make an effort to really blow it out, because that's telling your conscious and your physical body that you are releasing that. So blow it out like that. And then a lot of times when you do releases, it causes, it's really releasing on a deep level. So like even on a cellular level. So you might yawn, you might cough, you might sneeze, you might burp, a tear might come, whatever that is, allow that to happen. And just move with it, flow with it. Don't hold anything back, because that's holding back the release that's supposed to happen. So allow those things to happen. I'll go slow enough so you have time to do that. And after we do the releasing part of it, then we'll do fill-ups. And that is just kind of sinking these new things in. If it might be a different thought than that you feel good about, but it might be different from what your mind has always been telling you. So it just helps sink that in and hold it into your being. So we'll just take a cleansing breath first. So if you want to just breathe in, hold it, and then release. Can you feel the calmness come over your body when you do that? Even just taking that simple breath will help reduce anxiety, will help calm you down in a situation where you're starting to feel anxiety coming up, or feel anger, or whatever, an emotion that isn't really jiving with you. Just take a deep breath, and that calms you down. It grounds you. It just helps you deal with whatever is going on around you. So, okay, here we go. Breathe in and hold. I release any resistance to becoming a selective sifter in the midst of contrast. And I'll talk about that one for just a second. Being a selective sifter, looking for the feelings that feel good. When you're in the midst of that contrast, looking for something that feels a little bit better. We don't have to jump from a low point way up to the highest point. Just a little bit better, a little bit better. Generalizing it out when the contrast hits. Generalizing things out. Good morning, Bridget. And allowing yourself to calm down and look for a little bit better feeling. And it doesn't have to be on the contrast of the subject. Anything that feels a little better, look for that. Okay. And it's easy to pivot or calibrate, sometimes we say, to those better feelings. So, okay, do another one. Breathe in and hold. I release any resistance to knowing the value of variety and diversity. And I just love that one. Diversity is what makes the world go round. It's what keeps life interesting. Um, we really don't want to all be the same person. We don't want to all love the same things, you know. Diversity is what makes life so fun. And staying out of judgment of that, don't judge people for liking something that you don't like. It's okay. That's why we're here, is to know ourselves and to know what we like and what feels good to us, and allowing other people to do that for themselves. So I just love that one. Okay, breathe in and hold. I release all resistance to knowing contrast creates clarity. I love that one too. Um, all contrast is a gift to bring you to clarity for what you want, and rather than what you don't want, and allows us to focus on what we want instead of what we don't want, or the lack of the thing that we do want. So, okay, breathe in and hold. I release any resistance to clarity creates expansion. That one's so good too. When we have the contrast and then we get the clarity, we can move forward to what we desire because we have that clarity on it. And that creates expansion. When we get that clarity and we're moving forward in our life, when that clarity comes and when we start focusing on that desire, so many opportunities that we never even would have thought of come our way. So allow that to happen and release that resistance to the flow of that. It's so awesome. Okay, breathe in and hold. I release any resistance to there is joy in every experience. Right? Any experience that we have, good or bad, it brings us clarity and it brings us expansion. So there's joy in it. There's always joy in everything. Okay, get off my soapbox. Breathe in and hold. I release any resistance to knowing that I am here to seek joy. Good morning, Espen. Happy, beautiful day. And if you've watched my videos, my theme is effervescent joy. And that's why we're here. We're here to seek that out and to find the things that bring us joy, to help us be happy. So that's what life is all about. So don't let the contrast hinder you from that. Let it be let it help you bring clarity, or help you figure that out, what it is that you really want. Okay. Breathe in and hold. I release any resistance to variety being the sweetness of life. So, so true. We have so much variety in our world, in our existence, and we can try different things. Just because you try something doesn't mean you have to stick with it forever. If it starts to not feel good, you can try something else. And that's why we have variety in our life. We can try so many different things. And we use the example a lot in Best Life because Dave doesn't like coleslaw. So, you can try coleslaw. If you don't like it, you don't have to try it again. Or maybe you want to try it a few years later and you might like it, but you don't have to keep eating it all your whole life. It can be as simple as that. Just trying different things. Don't be scared to try something. Who cares if it doesn't work out? That gives you clarity, right? So just move on to something else. It makes life so much more fun and exciting and interesting. So don't be afraid, and don't hold yourself back from trying something new that you wanted to try. Okay, breathe in and hold. I release all resistance to I can choose what feels good to me. Right? We don't have to do something that doesn't feel good to us. We don't have to do something because it feels good to someone else. If it doesn't feel good to you, you don't have to do it again. Okay. Breathe in and hold. I release any resistance to life is ever changing and moving forward. I love that. I like change, so it's exciting to me and it's fun for me. So, we don't want to live in um, the movie Groundhog's Day, if you've seen that movie, living the same day over and over and over and over and not being able to get out. So, that's why variety is so sweet. Um, Try different things and do different things. And, like even if if you're doing a job that you hate, get a different job. Don't live in that misery your whole life and think that it's going to be great when you retire. Why do you want to be miserable for 30 years and then have 10 years or 20 years or even 30 years of good? Don't go through that misery first. Change. If something isn't working in your life, change it. It's that easy. Okay, breathe in and hold. I release any resistance to my connection to source, getting stronger every day. Awesome. When we are feeling good and we're paying attention to our internal guidance system and to our inner being, our inner guidance, that is strengthening that connection to God, to source, to that universal life force energy that we have running through us. So allow that connection to get stronger every day. Trust that and know that and pay attention to that. So awesome. Okay, just a couple more. Breathe in and hold. I release any resistance to focusing on what I desire. Awesome. um, Daydream about what you desire. Think about it all the time. Keep it in the forefront of your mind. And don't focus on the lack of it. Focus on becoming that, becoming the thing that you desire. And that's what's moving you forward. That's what brings in the opportunities, brings in the inspired ideas to get you moving forward to that thing that you desire. And don't worry if it changes on your way to get there. Um, you might decide, you might get more clarity on that isn't exactly what I want, but focus on the general feeling of it, what you want, because a lot of times there's something bigger and better out there that you never even imagined that's going to come in. Okay, breathe in and hold. I release any resistance to letting my desires bring in more opportunities for me. And last one. Breathe in and hold. I release any resistance to knowing that feeling good creates a path of most allowance. I love that one. Um, when we're feeling good and we are looking for things that feel good and thinking about what we desire, it helps that path be a lot smoother. It brings in, the things that are easy and graceful. Um, it doesn't have to be hard. Life can be a lot easier than sometimes we make it out to be. So allow that to happen and allow being comfortable with that. That's something that's been coming up for a lot of people lately. Being comfortable with feeling good. You know, we can feel good no matter what's going on around us. And knowing that and allowing that is the path of most allowance. So let yourself feel good and let yourself have joy. Let yourself have fun. Let yourself laugh. That's what makes life so much sweeter. Okay, so let's do some fill-ups to help sink these in and help these good feelings become part of us. Okay, so breathe in and hold. I'm filled with love, joy, and appreciation because I am becoming a selective sifter in the midst of any contrast. Good. Breathe in and hold. I'm filled with love, joy, and appreciation because I know the value of variety and diversity. Breathe in and hold. I'm filled with love, joy, and appreciation because I have clarity and I know that creates expansion. Breathe in and hold. I'm filled with love, joy, and appreciation because I know I'm here to seek joy. Breathe in and hold. I'm filled with love, joy, and appreciation because I know there is joy in every experience. Breathe in and hold. I'm filled with love, joy, and appreciation because I really believe that variety is the sweetness of life. Breathe in and hold. I'm filled with love, joy, and appreciation because life is ever changing and moving forward. And that feels good. Breathe in and hold. I'm filled with love, joy, and appreciation because my connection to Source gets stronger every day. Breathe in and hold. I'm filled with love, joy, and appreciation because I'm focusing on what I desire and it brings more opportunities to me. Last one. Breathe in and hold. I'm filled with love, joy, and appreciation because I know that feeling good creates a path of most allowance. Awesome. I hope that helps you feel more joy today and seek out more joy today and live the life that you can live today. Have fun, find joy in everything you do. You can find us at bestlifecreationsociety.com and check out our Pinterest page. There's a lot of cool quotes on there at bestlifecreationsociety.com. I mean, not .com, but Best Life Creation Society. And also on Instagram. We're on there too with lots of fun quotes. And you can find me at inspiredsignals.com and on Facebook and Instagram at Inspired Signals. So have an awesome, awesome day, guys. Thank you for being you and seek out effervescent joy in your day today. I love you all. Thanks for being here and thanks for watching. Bye-bye. Have a great day.